Once you've got your general article laid out, you've got all of your headings done, you've added your content, well, the next important thing to do is images. Now, images you have to be a little bit careful with. So firstly, you obviously don't want to be taking pictures from websites that you shouldn't be taking them from. As soon as somebody takes a picture or as soon as they write an article, it's copyrighted to them. And you don't want to steal these pictures, not only because it's morally wrong, but because it could cause legal issues or financial issues in the future. So in some cases you can take the pictures, maybe you've asked for permission or the website has an agreement with them, or you're actually just linking to their article, then it's generally okay. However, if you're missing images, you can use a website like Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash, and they have lots of free stock photos. Basically, these photos can be used anywhere for free, provided that they aren't monetized, or many of them don't even edit the photos. So here I can just search for Korea, and I can find lots of pictures about Korea. If you have more specific searches, they may not come up, and you may struggle to find very specific things. However, for more broad searches, there's always going to be answers. One thing I notice as well is if you're searching for a specific image, sometimes actually being hyper niche will really help. For example, if I search kimchi instead of searching Korean food, because if I search Korean food, I may be wrong in this case, but often, there's only one photo of kimchi. Not two, three. So not as many as if you actually search specifically for what it is. So often some things will be missing from these sites because they are still somewhat limited. However, it is worth trying very niche searches. So let's say we download an image as an example. Oops, you can download the image. Now you can see we've downloaded the image and it's called Korean cabbage and chili sauce, and then it has the resolution. Now this name is okay, actually it's pretty much fine except for the numbers at the end. However, in many cases, especially if you download from Pexels or Unsplash, it will have the photographer's name in it and a lot of numbers, and it's messy. You don't really want your photos to be titled like that. This is important because Google uses the photo title to tell exactly what a post is about. So when Google crawls through your website, when the Google bot comes to your website to analyze your posts, to actually put them on Google, index them on Google, it will look through your site for context. It reads the titles, it reads the content, it reads images, it looks at images, sorry. It does all kinds of things. And you want to provide Google with the best picture, not actual picture, but the best picture as to what your content is about. So it's easy for it to tell that this post is about the best animal cafes, because the title has it, then it has a list of different cafes, and there's FAQs relating to the best animal cafes in Korea. And of course also the content will be about animal cafes. So all of these things point to your article being about animal cafes. So now Google can analyze that and it can index it. However, another big factor that many people don't realize is actually images. When you're uploading an image, it's very important to actually label the image as what it's about. So in this case, this is, let's just say it is kimchi on a plate. So that was very simple, and it just gives more context as to what the photo is about. In this case, like I said, it wasn't so needed because the title was already something like kimchi and chili sauce or something like that. However, in many cases it will be needed. So now the image actually has a title, and if we go to the website and this example is different because this is a different website. If we right click on it and go here, you will actually see the title of the image, and you can see this one's called Lotte World Tower Seoul. So it lets Google know exactly what the photo is about, and from there Google can kind of analyze how that photo relates to the post, and it can create a greater picture of what the post is actually about. So the one other thing that you want to do in regards to SEO when uploading an image is fill in the alt text. So once you've uploaded the image, you can just click on it and go to block. And then you can add alt text. Now, many people think alt text is purely for SEO, and actually this is very, very wrong. And if you do this wrong, it's actually illegal to do this wrong. So what I mean is alt text is alternative text. And if your image doesn't show up on a page, say for example you go to a broken website and the image doesn't actually load, then some text will come up to mention what the photo was about, because the photo is not actually loading. So instead of just showing nothing, there's some context, because instead of the image showing up, a little blurb of text will show up talking about what the photo was about. However, the legal issues come because alt text is also used by people who can't, I guess, people who are blind or people who can't actually see the website, right? Even in the case of voice searches, right? A voice assistant can't read what an image is. So alt text is vital to put in a detailed manner, because if somebody who can't see the image is viewing a website, you want them to know what it's about. And it is actually a law in many countries, like the US, I believe primarily, to specify alt text. Although it's not enforced, it is important, because you want everybody to be able to access your website and have not the same experience, because I guess that's impossible, but the best experience possible on your website. So in alt text, you just want to define shortly what the image is about. So again, this could be Korean, chili, kimchi on a plate. And it's very simple, just a brief description of what the image is about. And this gives context either if the person can't see the image, or if the image doesn't load properly, or if they're using a voice assistant. So you can easily tell, you can see why this is important. And it also does help SEO, because again, Google will crawl this. It will see, oh, this is what this picture is about, and then does this picture provide relevance to this article? In this case, not really, because I just used a random photo of kimchi in an animal cafe article. But presumably this photo would be of one of the cafes or of an animal, and it would provide context as to what the whole article is about. So yeah, just make sure to rename images before uploading them, and once they are uploaded, put in the alt text. Okay, so I can remove that for now.